Hi, everybody. My name is Valentina, and I'm here today to talk about fundraising. I started my career path at PricewaterhouseCoopers as a consultant, and then I held different positions in crypto-related companies. I've been in crypto since 2016, and I know that if you want to start something valuable, to improve the life of others, you have to understand how to pay for it, right? Sometimes great ideas die in vain simply because they just don't have enough capital to get off the ground. And all the work, the thought, the vision that goes into the idea isn't worth much if you can't pay your bills, right? Real change and impact require resources. And fundraising is hard. It's so hard that most of the companies fail at it. And that's where I come in. Are there some of you who is currently fundraising? Please raise your hands. All right, not much. But anyway, well, that's good that you're already familiar and faced the actually biggest challenge of bear market. How much, guys, are you raising? Oh, good for you. Good luck on that. All right. Anyway, to do this work good, you have to remember that money makes the world go round. I know you hear that all the time, but it's true. And sometimes asking for money could feel like embarrassing, icky, ugly thing, but, well, it's just money. I know that fundraising, it's all about a relationship with people. And if you want to be a good fundraiser, successful fundraiser, you have to get prepared to build some relationships. People give to people. They don't give to ideas. And if they don't believe in the person running the place, you're already dead in the water. You know, fundraising and, well, even building relationship with people takes work. It's so hard to think not only about what you want or need. You have to value, you have to care about what other person wants or needs. And the key part in this is to understand the person, even more than just understand the product or the subject. And, well, I've heard a lot of times that, you know, fundraising, it's hard. And, well, you know, building relationship takes work. And you know what? Building relationship with someone you want to ask for money from takes even more work. Furthermore, it takes homework. Have you done any research? Do you know what they care about? Well, if not, the meeting is going to be pretty hard. In my personal experience, I've been a fundraising manager and CBDO at a startup, and my goal there was to raise money from Tier 1 guys like Sequoia, Anderson Horowitz, Galaxy Digital, and that's hard, especially in bear market. And I've done my part of the work there. So I met those guys. We had wonderful meetings with them. We had like a couple of lunches, and they were excited about their our project. And like at some point, we had a call with our team, with our CEO, and our CEO was a very formal guy. And well, he prepared himself for those presentations. He had like 30 slides, and he had like a prepared pitch script. So during the meeting, he was like, followed the script and showed the slides with a lot of technical information, like, to say the truth, a lot of unnecessary information sometimes. And what I have noticed, like, what I have noticed personally, in 15 minutes, just my brain left my body. I was thinking about what groceries should I buy in the evening, what I'm going to do this weekend. That's actually exactly the same things what happened to the investors on the other side. It's all about people. You know, you're talking to people, and what could be done differently in this case? Well, that's quite simple. First of all, you have to make things simple. You know, I really like the quote from Richard Feynman. Let me rephrase it. If you don't know how to explain this subject to a 8-year-old child, you probably don't understand it yourself. So that's actually true. Nobody really likes to feel stupid when they don't understand something. And in our case, in my example, investors were like, all right, guys, we just see you have a great project, good luck on that. They will not, like, you know, ask if they don't understand something. They will not like the idea of feeling stupid. Secondly, make your speech unique. I know that's very simple, but, well, that's actually works all the time. When you talk to the investors, you already done your homework, right? So you know who are you talking to, and you know what their business is about. And most probably, you have some, like, you know, you have chosen them in a strategic manner, right? So just mention it during your call, during your meeting, because they will listen to you more carefully if, let's say, it's just, I don't know, exchange venture arm, right? And you're a startup, new startup, and you're planning to launch a talk and blah, blah, right? So just mention that you're going to list your token on their exchange. They will pay more attention to you. It's kind of like, I checked it a lot of times, and I've done this a lot of times, and yeah, it works. Thirdly, it's all about metrics. It's always better if you pitch to the investors, you have growing metrics. Well, you'll ask me, how are we going to have growing metrics if we want to have money, like, to build an MVP? We don't have money to hire a team. Well, that's true, but look at this. In crypto, that's just an opportunity to apply for grants. Actually, I don't know why, but not a lot of people use this opportunity because, while a lot of blockchain like Aptos, Polygon, companies like Chainalysis, they do have those programs for you guys. And you could, like, you know, have less than $100,000 to build your MVP. Well, that's not much, but it's enough, like, for an MVP. With a good team, it takes usually about 2-3 months. And that would be enough to look more presentable when you invest to people, like when you pitch to people, to the investors. Well, it's all about already, we are talking about when we already are in touch with those investors, right? But how to find those investors, especially right now during the bear market, right? You'll ask me. That's harder, that's true. I will not deny, and a lot of venture capitals, smaller venture capitals are fundraising themselves. But like bigger players, like Dragonfly, Tribe, like exchanges, they still invest. And how to teach to them how to find the right contacts, because probably some of you have already tried to raise some money. You contacted them via email or Telegram, whatever, but it never worked. Why? Because, well, it works differently. From my personal experience, it works better if you are introduced to them. But sometimes you don't have the right person, right? So then you have to visit events, exhibitions. There are a lot of them in crypto. And like, you know, to talk to people, it's all about people. You have to make them to like you. That's the key part. And when you go to the event, just prepare yourself. You have to know what they are doing, where they come from, where did they study, and just set up a meeting before the event, the exhibition. It will be way more successful. Don't talk to them like in their conference hall. They probably talked to a lot of people before. They just tired, they're also people. And just invite them for a cup of coffee, start with oh, I've seen you started in Oxford. Oh, nice. I've been in England before too. I mean, something like start. You have to find like icebreaker to talk about their personal lives, about them, because people always like when they asked questions. Everyone likes to talk about themselves. It works. And when you had this icebreaker, well, you'll just notice how things are like going smoother because, well, they already like you. Invite them to the dinner, just pay for it, or make your company pay for it. Well, it's like small things, but, well, you'll see. You'll have this call after the event. Yeah, well, I almost forgot. The most important part, a lot of people are going to the events, but just they waste their contacts because they think, oh, well, I do have a lot of contacts. I need to answer them all. No. You have to write to their, warm contacts right after the event, first week, maximum 2 weeks after the event, and set up a call, or they will forget you. I mean, that simply as that. If I see that I'm running out of time already, so if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I guess like one of the things that you mentioned, one of the things you mentioned, you kind of touched on a little bit, which I really appreciate, is the talking like, with the language of the people you're trying to fundraise.
That's true.
Like, because so we, me and my partner, we come from the investment side of things, and the biggest hiccup for us is that like a lot of the people, a lot of these founders, they use this big complicated language, and for us, like we just don't know what to make of it. So like I think you mentioned like if you can't explain it to your 10-year-old, something like that, then you probably don't understand it yourself. So I really appreciate you mentioning that.
Yeah, that's true. Because I've been to several meetings, and I've heard like my CEO, explain something to the investors. I didn't understand a thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, they probably don't understand it either. And they're like, I mean, they will not ask you the second time. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, exactly. Like, if they give me that explanation, I'm not going to ask them because it's almost like, I feel bad almost asking them. I should know this, but I don't. So.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for your question or note. Anyone else does have any questions? All right, no. All right, then I will think that I was quite clear. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for the organizers of the event. I've talked to Marie and Mika. You're great, guys. Thank you for making it happen here in Georgia, Tbilisi. And good luck to all of you. Thank you.